If you would like to attend more live classes like these, click the link in the description below. All right, welcome, Mighty Family, to today's chair core class. That's kind of a tongue twister. I almost butchered that, but welcome to Chair Core. I'm Coach Lindsay. Thank you all for joining me as always. Today, like I said, we're gonna be doing core, all in the chair, so barely any equipment aside from a really, really lightweight pair of weights. You can use like canned food or filled water bottles too if you want to, or for this particular exercise that we're gonna be using the weights for, you can do them without. So weights are optional, but if you choose to use them, please grab a set. I have 3 pounds. So again, very, very light. You don't need anything super heavy. And today's structure is going to be what we call a PPP workout, or a triple P workout. So it's going to be 3 different sets, practice 3 different times. And as we go through the different repetitions of the set, we're going to be increasing the reps. The first set, or the first P, is what we call a practice set. So we're going to be doing 8 reps of each exercise. There's 4 exercises. Now we're going to take a little bit of a break. Then we're going to do what we call the perform set, which is the standard 10 reps of the exercise. And then we're going to be doing a progress set. So that progress set is going to be 12 reps for each exercise. That set is an optional set. So if you want to try to progress and do the 12 reps, you can, or if you choose to, maybe just stick with the 8 to 10, that is totally up to you. So that third set is kind of a free for all. As long as you're moving your body, that's all I care about. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the warm up. So first things first, make sure you're nice and situated on your chair. Ideally a hard backed or a hard chair, just to be nice and stable. Scoot a couple inches forward so you have good core engagement from the start and you're not relying on the back of that chair. And then feet are gonna go flat on the ground, 90-degree angle with the knees here. So we're gonna start with some side reaches here. So really nice and easy, just kind of reaching over, just getting the core, the back, lower back stretched out here, a little bit of the hips as well. Try to keep those legs nice and planted on the floor so that the only thing moving is our core and our midsection area. Awesome job, Mighty Family. Always remember to keep that core engaged even in the warm-up. So when you're seated, a lot of that natural core engagement kind of goes out the window because we're sitting down. So try to keep that belly button sucked into the spine and try to squeeze that core during the entire exercise. That's going to help with your posture, and it's just going to help make sure that you're getting the most out of the exercise. So let's go into some forward folds now. So we're just going to take our arms up nice and tall, and then we're just going to forward fold, dangle, touch the floor if you need to, or if you can also grab your ankles, grab your shins if you need to be a little bit higher up. And then we're gonna roll that back up nice and slow. We'll do 2 more here. So reach all the way up, nice and tall, and then forward fold, keeping that back nice and straight, touch the ground. And then we're going to roll back up nice and slow here. 1 more. Once you're all the way up, reach all the way up to the sky. Forward fold nice and slow. Getting that back nice and stretched out here. And then roll yourself back up. Last part of our warm up here, some in and outs, just getting the hips moving a little bit. So we're going to scoot a little bit forward in the chair, keep our toes nice and light on the floor here, and we're just taking the legs in and out. So you're probably asking, why are we doing a leg exercise for a warm up? And you have to think about all the muscles that surround the core, right? So whenever you're working the core, you're not just working your core. You want to make sure you're working your back muscles that help support your core, the top of your quads, your hamstrings, your glutes. Everything that surrounds your core is what helps protect your core as well. So you want to make sure that you're strengthening everything around it as well as the core, of course. So a couple more in and outs here before we get started. I'm going to preview the 4 exercises. So after we are finished with this last part of our warm up, grab some water, kind of take a break here, watch me do the first, preview the exercises, and then I will let you know when we're ready to get started. So first exercise of the set is what we call flutter kicks. So this is what you want to do, is scoot a little bit forward in your chair, maybe have a good 4 to 6 inches from the base of your chair to your back. And then you're going to grip the chair underneath here. You're going to lean back just ever so slightly to where you can get your legs to extend. And then we're flutter kicking. So kind of like when you're in a pool, right? So this is a single count. So we're 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 8 for that first exercise. Second exercise is what we call side bends with our weights. So this is where you want to grab your weights and you want to have 1 weight in each hand, scoot forward in your chair so that your feet are nice and flat on the ground. And then we're side bending, and this is single count as well. So 1 and then 2. all the way up to 8. And then third exercise is what we call good mornings. So we've done these standing before in my previous classes if you join them, but you can definitely do them seated as well. So you'll scoot forward, legs nice and wide, bring those fingertips behind your ears, and this is where we're hinging. So a bend is different than a hinge. A hinge is where you're purposely kind of trying to push your butt back. Even though it's a little bit harder in the chair, it's still possible. So pushing your butt back to where your back is staying nice and flat when you hinge forward. And then you're squeezing that core, keeping it engaged as you come up. So when you do a good morning, we don't want to see arching and we don't want to see hunching of the back. We want to keep that back nice and straight, hinge forward and come back up, 8 of those. And then last exercise of the set is toe taps. Keep your legs nice and wide here, arms go out, and then we're cross body touching the fingertips to the toes. Single count, 8 of those. Okay. Don't worry about it, that's a lot. We're gonna take one exercise at a time, 1 rep at a time. Remember that this is just your practice set, so we're doing 8 reps of each exercise. So go ahead and get ready to get started. We're gonna start with those flutter kicks. Scoot forward in your chair, grip the base of your chair there. Bring those legs out to where your legs are nice and straight. I like to keep my feet pointed. And then we're doing flutter kicks. So at your own pace, but single count. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That doesn't feel like a lot, but I promise if you're engaging your core, you go through flutter kicks pretty quickly. So side bends with those weights, go ahead and grab those weights. Make sure you are nice and stable on your chair, but also that you have good ground under your feet. You want to keep your back nice and straight. So we don't want to see any hunching or rolling of the shoulders. We don't want to see any expansion of the chest to where we're arching our back. So nice and straight. And then we are just side bending here. And then over to the other side, that's 1, okay? So really squeeze the obliques and squeeze the core here, and make sure you're not dipping too far down to where you're feeling any pain in the back. Great job, halfway through here. Remember, just a practice set. This is a good way to just feel out the exercise, see what it feels like in your body. Great job. 1 left on each side here. And go ahead and drop those weights. Now we're moving into good mornings. Okay, so remember, scoot a little bit forward, legs are nice and wide, fingertips are behind the ears here, and then we are going to hinge for 8. So hinging forward, keep that back nice and straight, really squeeze that core, squeeze that belly button to your spine as you come back up. That's 1. 2, great job. 3, 4. Really good for your pelvic floor here as well. So you're gonna start to feel a little bit of the lower abs here, start to get a good work in. 2 more here, Mighty Family. Last one. Down and up. Awesome job. Last exercise here, going right into it. Keep those legs nice and wide. Arms go out to the side, and we're doing toe taps. So single count. There's 1. Remember, same with the good morning type of hinge. Keep your back nice and straight here. Use that core to draw yourself back up and not your back. Great job, Mighty Family, halfway through. Go at your own pace, go nice and slow. Don't sacrifice form. Awesome, last one here. Finish out your set or your rep. Great job. Okay, let's get into a march. So there's your first set. We want to keep the heart rate up and keep the body moving. So join me in a march here. Now you kind of know what it feels like, right? We did 8 reps of each exercise. Now we're going to go to 10. This is where we allow ourselves to kind of perform those exercises. Now that we know what it feels like in our body, now that we know maybe, you need to do something a little bit differently. Maybe you need to drop the weights if you need to. Maybe you need to add the weight for that one exercise. So do some reflecting here. We're gonna go ahead and begin in about 20 seconds. I like to give a good little rest here in between, but remember to keep that body moving. So 10 reps here. We're gonna start with those flutter kicks. Go ahead and set yourself up ready to go. We're gonna begin in about 5 seconds here. Scooting forward in that chair, grip the base of the chair, legs go out in front, point those toes, and let's begin. So we're here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Relax those legs. Go ahead and grab your weights. Second exercise here. We go through these pretty quickly. Remember to roll those shoulders back away from your ears. Make sure your spine is nice and straight and neutral. Feet are on the ground. And let's begin. So single count here. There's 1, 2. Remember to really squeeze your core here. Great job. Really good oblique exercise here. Also really good for the lower back. Great job. Halfway through here. Remember to stay nice and neutral. Try not to bend forward or bend backwards. It can be really easy to do. So just keep mindful of that form, keeping your back nice and straight here. Great job. 2 more. And 1 more on each side here. Great job. Drop those weights. Set up for good morning. So scoot a little bit forward, legs nice and wide here, feet flat on the ground, fingertips behind the ears. And let's go ahead and begin. We're here for 10, remembering to hinge forward, push that butt back, and then come back up using your core to draw yourself back up here. Nice and slow with this one. Remember to keep that back nice and straight. Pretend like you're holding a ruler right here and you don't want that ruler to go up or go down. Great job. 3 left here. On my count anyways. Your count might be a little different, but that's okay. Like I said, as long as you're moving, that's all I care about. 1 left here. Last one here. And pull yourself back up. All right, straight into the toe taps. Arms go out to the side. Keep those legs nice and wide. And we're here for 10 single count. So here's 1, 2, keep going. Great job. Kind of using a little bit of the good morning exercise in this as well. So lots of good lower back pelvic floor movement here. Don't forget to engage that core, squeeze that belly button towards your spine. 2 left on each side here, mighty family. Last one. Awesome job, mighty family. March it out. Grab some water, deep breath if you need to. Keep that body moving. It's also a good core engagement, little break in between here, lifting these knees up. So 2 sets down, 1 more to go. This is your progress set. So we're gonna try for 12. If you're feeling really good, try for like 14 or 16 maybe. This is totally up to you. This set is kind of whatever you want it to be. If you need to stay at the 8 or 10, or maybe go down to 6, perfectly fine. This is kind of whatever you want it to be in terms of what progress means to you and what you want to get out of a progress set, okay? So think about that. Try some different things out. Push your limits just a little bit. See what you can do. You might be a little surprised. So we're gonna go ahead and begin here in about 10 seconds. So get situated here to begin with those flutter kicks. Again, scooting a little bit forward, gripping the base of the chair. For a little bit more core engagement, if you feel good with this position, you can put your hands on your hips, okay? But if you feel like you need that stabilization, go ahead and grip the base of the chair. And let's go ahead and begin. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. Whew, that starts to burn on that 12 rep. All right, flutter kicks are done. Go ahead and grab your weights for that side bend. So again, scoot nice and forward. Legs should be about shoulder width apart here. Grip your weights, roll those shoulders back away from your ears. Make sure your spine is nice and neutral. And let's begin. Single count here for 12. Don't go super fast here. You don't want to have any back pain or cause any, any tweaks of the back here. Great job. Really squeeze that core. Draw your belly button to your spine. That's always a really good way to visualize how to engage your core. Halfway here on my count. If you're doing 12, we got 6 more here. Nice and tall, stay nice and straight. 2 left on each side here. Last one. Great job. Bring yourself back up. Drop those weights. We are done with the weights anyways. Let's get into some good mornings. So spread those legs a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. Fingers go behind the ears, and let's begin with some good mornings. We're here for 12. Keeping that back nice and straight. Really pay attention to keeping that back nice and straight and hinging, because if you're bending, you're gonna start to feel like you're gonna fall forward out of that chair. So that's how you kind of know that you need to start hinging and pushing that butt backwards versus just falling forward, okay? So if you start to kind of feel like you're falling forward in your chair, engage that core a little bit more, straighten that back out, push those hips back, and you will be fine. Awesome job. 5 more here. Two more. Last one. All right, right into those toe taps. Arms go out to the side, keep those legs nice and wide, and we're here for 12 single count or however many reps you're doing, okay? Connect those fingertips to your toes if you can. If you can't go down that far, just tap your shin or your calf muscle. Either one will work. But again, remembering the same rules with that good morning. If you start to feel yourself falling forward, engage that core more, keep that back straight, push those hips back. The 3 rules of hinging. Great job, mighty family. Halfway through here. If you finish before me, keep going until I'm done. Push yourself a little bit further. Awesome job. 2 more on each side here. And last one. Awesome job, mighty family. March it out. Whew. Get that core nice and relaxed now. Take a big deep breath in and out and relax those muscles in the core here. Awesome job, mighty family. Okay, so check in with yourself, kind of how that felt with the triple P workout, because a triple P can look however you want. I did an 8, 10, 12. Maybe the next time you do this workout, you do a 10, 12, 14, or 12, 16, 18, whatever that looks like for you, but that's how I would encourage you to progress in this particular workout, is just push those reps a little bit higher each time that you do it, okay? So let's go ahead and get into some side reaches or side twists, I guess. So take those legs nice and wide. Go ahead and turn to your right, gripping the back of the chair with your right hand, and then placing your left hand on the outer part of your right knee here. Big deep inhale and exhale here as we let that core stretch out, especially those obliques. We worked them hard today. Slowly come out of that side twist, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. So turning to the left. Try not to turn too far to where you feel any back pain. We don't want that, but nice enough to get a nice good stretch in the obliques there. Go ahead and rotate out of that stretch. We're gonna do some side reaches, some static side reaches. So go ahead and reach all the way over. You wanna bring those legs a little bit wider. You can rest your hand here on your leg like so, and then just reach over as far as you can. Again, keeping everything nice and straight. Try not to lean forward or lean back. Neutral spine is our best friend during any kind of core. Go ahead and reach back up, big inhale, and then exhale as you go to the other side. And then go ahead and reach back up. Take one big inhale in, reach all the way up, and then exhale, open up that chest, bring those arms back in. Let's do one more here. All the way, inhale, reach, 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 all the way up, really extend that core, get that good stretch throughout the core here. And then exhale as we bring those arms down and open that chest. All right, mighty family, there you have it. Quick 20-minute effective core chair workout. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.